Good morning, I introduce myself. I'm Lorenzo Zuniga from Section 10.2, and this is my case study project for the International Baccalaureate program. As main theme, we have the hippie movement and the convulsive 60s. But first, we need to understand what was the hippie movement. It is a countercultural movement that occurred in the United States during the 60s, now for having a pacifist idea. Advocating ideas such as pacifism, the sexual revolution, and an even greater concern for the environment. Now, we can emphasize important aspects during the time of the convulsive and how they influenced the digital section. Let's talk about the convulsions first, where the motto of love and peace was brought to light, how they interfered during the Vietnam War with a clash against politics, and with a musical reference like the Beatles band, sing their songs akin of hymns. On the other hand, let's talk about how they influenced the digital section. For a generation, there was a huge rejection for the computational method science. They saw this as a totalitarian control. Even so, they managed to start a digital revolution by turning the totalitarian into a method of free and individual opinion. This movement arose as a response to the Keynesian policy applied after the Second World War in the United States. Having a simple life as an ideology and living aside the violent anarchy. This movement had an impact on the world, this increasing the typical values, tolerance, cultural, and ethnic celebrations. With an artistic influence above the others, a day to, stand out above the others called via the Vietnam War in the 60s. There were various points of view in this movement. The internal one has been their own ideology, seeking peace and unified world. The political one could be an important impact they had in the riots of the Vietnam War for the fight for human rights. And finally, the musical which was a reference as a blue diffusion method. Finally, we must rescue how this movement ended. The main reason, arguably, was because people adopted a style of freedom instead on, of the Pacific, accompanied by the separation for the musical group the Beatles.